Yo, Shaw, it's your boy LT the Sage, and you know I had to do a quick TFT. They have also patch notes coming out for 12.1, and I just wanted to go ahead and go over some of these updates with you guys. I will be bringing TFT to this channel a lot, just periodically. It won't be all the time, but it will be some fun TFT matches with my homeboys, the home skillets, and I'd also do a little bit of casting. If I get kicked out early, and sometimes, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna get kicked out early on purpose some games just to kind of do my casting thing. Okay, so if you guys love that kind of content, again, I did go over the actual rank split information, and that will be up top here, maybe over there, maybe in one of these spots. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you click on it and check out those readings of the patch notes so you can be well informed on those teleport changes. All right, let's go ahead and hit it. You know what they say, new year, new you. Wait, I like the old you just fine, but like patch 12.1, maybe some changes are for the better. That said, 12.1 is here, bringing quite a lot of changes for the new year. So what are you waiting for? Let's get into it. Sure. Thanks for those three sentences of nothing. Patch highlights. Imperial buff. They needed one. No one goes Imperial. Zero people go Imperial. Innovator buff. I don't know if they needed a buff. I don't know if a scrap to me needs a buff, but innovator, okay. Yordle. A buff to Yordle. I don't know about that. Okay. Swain definitely needed a buff, and Seraphine I feel like does not need a buff, but okay. Ardent Sensor, cool. Makeshift armor buff, okay. Woodland Charm, okay. Spellblade, Rapid Fire Cannon, and ZZ Rod adjusted. Malzahar, please adjust him. He's OP with the right items. Kimtech was adjusted. Trait linked augments, there's some funny things going on with those. We'll see what they're going to be talking about here. And Sunfire Cape, and then Nerfs, Socialite. I don't, I don't, I don't agree. I think Socialite is good if you get the 3-man, but Galio is pretty hammy. Kaisa with the right items is pretty hammy. Urgot with the right items is everyone's going Urgot now. And Caitlyn secretly one of the strongest 1 stars you can get, with the right items, getting some mana built up on her. You're just chopping sniper bullets everywhere. She's very strong, very strong. Ascension is getting a nerf. Cybernetic Implant is getting a nerf. Duet is getting a nerf. A Stand United nerf as well. Traits nerf. Sunfire Board, I think that does need a little bit of a nerf. Guardian Angel and Morellonomicon. And lifelong learning is being reworked because I think that lifelong learning, that scholar, it's awkward. Okay, let's look at the large changes. Large like the goals of my New Year's resolutions. Whoever's writing this, you could tell like they're having a good day, right? They're being funny. They're doing all of these little quotes. That last patch note I read wasn't like this. Augments, along with the drastic changes we gave trait linked augments in patch 11.24, we have a few more quality of life improvements to add. Too busy to refresh yourself on the changes by clicking the link? I feel ya. So here's what we did. We added more value to trait link traits, I like that, by pairing them with a free champion, gold, or emblems to equip on champions. With this next go around, we're making these augments more consistent, but also pulling our new balance lever on performing trait linked augments such as Mutant Crest and Protector Heart. I like that. Please add some of those other ones, add some champions, add some gold. Let's add a little bit more to those to be on par with some of these other things that people are getting, like giving overall buffs to their teams for in-game. In-game, those buffs are big for in-game. Aside from our numerous changes to hearts and crest, we're continuing to lessen the gap between the best and worst augments. Of note is our lifelong learning rework that should make scholar comps more smarterer, like me, regardless of their grades in combat. This guy's on it. Well, who is this guy? Let's look at his name. Roger Cadill. Roger Cadill. Well, minions are people too. Yeah, this guy's a clown. All right. In a good way. He's a clown in a good way. All right, let's take a look. Arcanist Heart now also grants a Swain. Okay. Challenger Heart now also grants a Warwick or Quinn. Okay. Protector Heart no longer grants a Blitzcrank. Scholar Heart now also grants a Lysandra to Zyra or Zyra. That's nice. Scrap Heart now also grants an Echo to Blitz. Twin Shot Heart now also grants a Graves to Kog'Maw. Assassin Crest now also grants Echo to Talon. Arcanist Crest now also grants a Twisted Fate to Swain. Ka- Challenger Crest now also grants a Warwick to Quinn. Kimtech, and that's good. I like that Challenger giving you a Quinn now. Kimtech Crest now also grants a Warwick. Imperial Crest now also grants a Talon to Swain. Mutant Crest no longer grants a Kog'Maw. Okay, all right. You get the drift. Okay, Ardent Sensor Enchanter bonus attack speed now's been buffed 40% to 50%. That's a huge one. Ascension damage amplification after 15 seconds. Nerf to the ground. That's a pretty big nerf, 15%. A 65 down to 50. So Ascension's not, you have to, if you get the option for Ascension, you kind of have to go with it. It's so strong later the game goes on. It's such an in-game item to get. Cybernetic implants bonus help for equipped units. 200, 300, 400, over down now to 150, 250, 350. There you go. So that's being nerfed as well. Duet bonus health, 500 to 400. Lifelong learning scholar rework now guaranteed grants scholars 2 ability power after each combat, and additional 2 ability power if they survive contact. So this is great. So it used to just be if they survive the round, like if they don't die in the round, they would get a stacking amount of ability power. In this case, you can get up to 4 now ability power, but 2's guaranteed. So as long as you have scholars on your board, it's going to stack up, and then an additional 2 ability power if they survive as well, so they can really get strong. That's probably why I'm getting busted up today by Heimerdingers. Now I know. Makeshift armor bonus armor and magic resist is super buff. So this is good. This is basically makeshift armor means that you don't have any items on those. So this really adds a little bit of strength to your front line if you're not putting any items on any of your frontline characters and putting them all on like snipers, assassins, stuff like that. Portable Forge Armory option. Death's Defiance now grants 20% Omnivamp. That's nice. Spellblade Empowered attack ability scaling after casting. Buffed. Stand United attack damage and ability power per active trait. Nerfed. Actually nerfed early and scales up to the same. Sunfire Board Max Health Burn 20. Okay, down 4%. That's a little bit better, but it's still going to be a strong trait there. Woodland Charm copy help up by 100. Cool. Traits. Imperial comp seek to load up a carry with items and then have them 1v9. But currently, the trait is falling short. Our Imperial buff takes the most powerful use case of the trait, amplifying the multiplicative stats on an item loaded carry and amps it up even more. Kimtech 3 is a powerful early game trait that's almost never worth taking all the way to Kimtech 9. Since Kimtech 9 is so hard to achieve, we're rearranging the power to make it more rewarding while also hitting the least visible part of the trait, damage reduction, to lessen this early game impact. Socialite 2 granting the same Mana Regina Scholar 4 for your most important Kaisa unit is giving this inexpensive 2-unit order augment trait too much power for how easy it is to hit. Yordle 3 has performed fine early to mid-game as an econ trait, but Yordle 6 would leave you feeling like you're dull for not transitioning. With my love for Yordles, writing that line hurt me more than you think. To change this, we're adjusting the Yordle spawn odds, making you more likely to hit 3 stars early, which alongside better mana reduction at Yordle 6 will allow you to save health in the hopes of hitting the elusive Yordle Lord. Okay. So let's look at some of these changes. Kimtech damage reduction percentage 25 to 20. Kimtech max health regen is going up a little bit. Kimtech attack speed is going up a little bit as well. Now, I am interested in Imperial. Imperial Tyrant bonus damage buffed up by 25%. Imperial units bonus damage buffed up again. And then Innovator Mechanical Bear base health is up as well. And then Innovator Mechanical Bear armor and magic was just up by 10. Socialite 2 mana regen per second down from 5 to 3. That's a bummer, but it's necessary and needed. Now that I get it, I understand that 2 Socialite is pretty strong. Syndicate 7 bonus amplification, 33%. Ooh, that's nice. I do like Syndicate. Syndicate is super Akali focused. If you can get Akali early or you can get an Akali, Syndicate is super strong. It really is. They never die. And so this is just really lending itself into Syndicate. I feel like was strong before. So you get a 7 Syndicate buff, you're gonna be nice and good. Yordle, 1 cost spawn odds up 10%, 2 cost spawn odds down 25%, 5%, and Yordle 3 cost spawn odds down 5%. Yordle 6 mana reduction up 5%. So Yordles are going to get a little bit of a boost in that mid range. Champions tier 1, maybe too excellent a shot for a 1 cost. Caitlyn ace and a whole damage. Caitlyn is pretty strong as a 1 cost. So her damage early is the same, but the in-game damage has gone down by 250. So that's okay. That's probably necessary. Champions tier 2. As our first place for weakest trait during patch 11.24, Imperial is in need of a number of buffs to push it into viability. With Swain already being weak, buffing him is an easy call. Okay. Swain max mana buff. Okay. Swain's death hand healing per enemy hit. Ooh, that's a nice little buff to his healing. You want to get a mana item on him stack, so he's just uh what's the guy? Emperor Palpatine, everyone. That's what you want him to do. So I can see some good items for him there. We'll try out some Imperial buffs in some of our games just to show y'all. As the premier carry for Yordle comps, Heimerdinger packs enough damage but is often deleted or CC'd by a rogue ability due to the need to position him close to the fight, or his need to get in attack range by accidentally waddling into a Scion's axe. With the extra range, you should be able to try some more creative positioning. So Heimerdinger's range has been increased. I feel like he's already an ignorant champion, so whatever you say, Rito, but I don't think he needed that range buff. He's super strong, especially with these updates to the scholars. He's going to be a strong unit, especially if you can get your hands on one early. Malzahar 3 should take you miles afar, but the unit often gets stuck on tanks, preventing him from sharing his malefic visions to the malefically blind. But as a 1-star, Malzahar rips through lower health pools too easily. Heimerdinger attack range 3 to 4. Malzahar spell damage. Early game, he's got nerfed, so real early, and then late game he's been buffed. So 2-star Malz. Once you get a 2-star, you're pretty much where you want to be. So keep that in mind. Champions tier 4. While not the strongest unit in patch 11.24, Seraphine is being inadvertently nerfed through our nerf to Socialite 2 and Morellonomicon. So we're shipping a larger buff here to account for these changes. Our Urgot changes Nerf's interactions with items like Ginsu's Rage Blade, Runa's Hurricane, and Static Shiv that leave his foes feeling crabby. And those are exactly what I saw on Urgot earlier. His Seraphine's max mana buff, Seraphine's encore damage and healing increased, unfortunately. I really think you're going to see Seraphine's everywhere now. She was already pretty strong as a support kind of piece with the Socialite buff. I think that's going to be a problem. Urgot Purge now counts as a basic attack every second shot instead of, every third shot now. I went from second shots to every third shot. So again, a nerf to Urgot, especially late game Urgot with stacked items. With Kai'Sa's dominance over the past couple of weeks, these changes may look light, but our focus here is to allow Kai'Sa to remain viable, yet much weaker, while nerfing multiple components of the powerful composition she found the bulk of her success in. 3-star Tom Kinch has been unbenched and is unquestionably unquenched. Galio critical strike slam bonus damage. Yeah, it's pretty silly. It's been nerfed. Galio colossal interest based stun duration. It's been buffed. So his 1 star stun duration is up by 0.25, which is good. I think that is what he should that should be his bread and butter. The fact that he slammed it to the ground and you're CC'd for however long. Um, I like that change. He's not doing as much damage as he was before. He was a carry. He was a hard carry with the right items. Kaisa health. She's a little bit weaker now, a little bit more squisha. And Kaisa Ikathean monsoon damage per missile. It's a nerf. It's a heavy nerf early game. So 10 on each level. So she's not doing as much per missile. And then Tom Kinch Devour damage reduction, 30 down 30%. Tom Kinch at 3 stars will now gain 20 times the usual stats when fed an ally unit. So if you can get a 3-star Tom Kinch or if that ever comes to pass, then he's unstoppable. Guardian Angel is our most built item. It negates the weaknesses of many powerful units, largely due to its built-in aggro drop that allows the unit to heal back up upon revival. This change will give revived units a smaller window to heal back up and dish out the damage. Morellonomicon's power can make or break a champion. By weakening the item, we have the opportunity to adjust some of our champion's balance around maximizing its value. Guardian Angel health on revive, 400 to 250. Whoa, that's a nerf. It's a heavy nerf. So you guys who like the Guardian Angel comps, give it to a champ, they come back and they just start pew-pewing, getting back to full health. That's gonna be you're not gonna be able to do that anymore. Morellonomicon true damage burn, 2.5% a sec down to 2% a sec. Okay. Rapid fire cannon total attack speed is buffed. That is big. I like rapid fire cannon, but I think the attack speed going up 10% is pretty good. Sunfire Cape proc rate, 2.5 seconds down to 2 seconds. Okay. Sunfire Cape true damage burn, 2.5% a second to 2%. Okay. And Zisera Porter health. Stage 2 unchanged, buff at later stages. Small changes, augments. Smoke Bomb gave assassins damage reduction towards the instance of damage that took them past the stealth threshold as a way to make sure they wouldn't get one shot before the stealth activated. We're adding that hidden stealth feature to the tooltip and using it as a balance lever to give this trait a very small nerf. TLDR, Smoke Bomb is microscopically worse now. Shrug It Off, max health regen percentage, 2.5 to 3%. And then Smoke Bomb. I never do assassins, so I never seen this trait, but I guess that is being changed as well. And traits, metamorphosis attack damage and ability power growth is just a little teeny bit more. Champions tier 1, Garen has been buffed, 10 more attack damage. A max mana buff for Graves, so he's going to be poo-pooing the smoke out. Aloy harsh lesson damage. This is interesting. I feel like Aloy is a weak, very weak champion. And so these are, I think the 3-star Aloy buffs and then the lesser damage on the whip early game is big. So Aloy is going to be a better unit to pick up. And Caston is getting a little bit of nerf. He does get a little bit tanky. But Twisted Fate wild cards damage has been buffed too. So Twisted Fate shooting those cards out, it's going to be hurting a little bit more. Kog'Maw barrage damage, it has to be a nerf, right? Okay. Actually, it's a late game nerf, but barely. That's not going to change anything. Kog'Maw late game with the right items, Ginsu's, a couple other things is still going to be popping off. Talon attack speed up a little bit, and Zillion time bomb slow duration up a second. That's good. A couple more Morellonomicon compensation buffs for champions who were dependent on the item for success. Echo parallel convergence damage, a little higher. Lysandra Iron Maiden damage. Okay. Samira health 650 up to 700. Let's see. Vex health 800 to 850. Champions tier 4. Oriana max man and buff. Okay, I hope this means that she does her ultimate quicker. I feel like she just is a tad slow to be impactful in most cases. Scion decimating smash stun duration. There you go. Just a little bit longer a smash stun duration when he's slashing you, even as a 1-star. Everything else is when 2 stars and up is the same. Scion decimating smash damage. Again, early game, when you have just that one Scion unit, he's just tickling you a little bit more with that axe. And Yone health has gone down to 900. Tier 5, again, Victor Max Mana buff. Again, another champion, just like Oriana, that to me takes way too long to shoot his lasers, his ultimate. With this buff, maybe with some items, you need to have mana items on him, but he may be able to shoot those lasers just a little bit quicker. To especially as a 5 tier unit, I feel like he's my favorite champion. I feel like he's a little bit underwhelming. All right, items: Chalice of Power bonus ability power has gone up, little buff to Chalice of Power, and Static Shiv attack bonus speed down 5%. Static Shiv is one of my favorite early to mid game items to really wreck your opponents. ZZ Port health and Hyper Rose changed a little bit. A couple bug fists, and that's it. So I was hoping. I know they had advised that the midseason there was going to be some Zuko added to it. So I don't see any like new cards or anything. Just a lot of balancing. But again, TFT on the channel, you'll see it as a separate. I'll have a separate playlist for all of our TFT matches and TFT info. So if you get to any of my channels and you want to see about TFT, anything League of Legends, Riot Games, you're going to be seeing it on this channel. So we are a League of Legends Riot uh, uh, channel. So, but all right, y'all. So it's been a pleasure. I have fun reading these patch notes. I love doing these. And if you love the content, remember to subscribe to the channel for more League of Legends content and Rito Games content, because they're coming out with all sorts of crazy stuff. TV shows, MMOs eventually. It's crazy. We're going to be going through it all and doing it all. So also, please, in the description below, let me know what is your favorite comp to go in TFT and why it's Challenger. All right, man. All right, guys. Remember, always follow your ninja way, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace.
She'll chew you up and spit you out. She'll take your soul without a doubt.